Well, good morning everyone and welcome back to the shop. Had some huge problems last weekend with the audio. I had that digital video camera. I tried to do a wireless microphone for it, and it picked up zero sound. I mean, zero sound. So I got like 40 minutes of pure silent footage. So as I go through explaining things, what I've done last weekend, what's done now, I'll just insert some of those clips and maybe I'll do a quick voiceover for them. Things like I finished up the peak, finished up the base. So the peak will go on like that. Of course, it's glass in between with the light in the middle, which I'm ordering. I went ahead and I built a little shed that goes off the side. We still have to build the stairs that go down there, so that's not a problem. And we have to attach this so it looks proper. Got a piece of wood over there, a 1/4 inch piece of plywood that's going to go underneath it and add a little bit extra support. And then windows, we got to do the windows. I think that's what we're going to concentrate on today. Find out the placement for the windows. You can see the stripes on the column. That denotes the different colors and where they have to be. The lines aren't completely perfect yet. I will level the base, get it perfectly level, get out my hand levels, and then make sure each one is completely perpendicular to the ground. So once it's all painted, it looks fantastic, which it will, I'm sure. Getting close to the end. I've only got another 2 or 3 weeks left to go, and I only work on this thing on Sundays. Today's Saturday. I took a day off from truck driving today to do this. Got a bit of a cold. I'm getting over a flu, so I'm just going to take it off a little bit here today and just relax a little bit and just slow down a little bit. So this is what we're going to do today. I'll set everything up. I'll be right back with you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the little the bell when I upload videos. You'll be notified. Please subscribe and like. Okay, folks. I just went ahead and did some research on where the windows go. On the front over the shack, there's only one. On the back side here, there's 2, and then there's 3, and then there's 2 on the other side. So what we're going to do is I'm going to select some wood and make sure I get these done properly, because the windows themselves are actually recessed in. I'm not going to recess them in. I'm just going to have them stand proud just a little bit. So they're going to be about 1/8 of an inch thick. So it's going to be some very fine work. I might have to get out my manual miter saw for that. But it'll work. We'll continue with that. We'll get the windows in today. We'll get them all glued in. And luckily there's no window frames. I don't have to color match the window frames. They're not all the same color. They're actually the colors of the column on the stripes. So this one will be white, that one will be red up there. So that's what we'll do right now. I'll just set that up in the saw. We'll see if we get some fine woodworking done here today, and then after that's done, we'll put the base on. We'll attach the shack. We'll put the base on, and we'll think about the door and the stairs. So okay, so what I've done, I've just made myself a little tiny push stick here, because the size I've decided on to make the window thickness so it stands proud of the column is 1/8. And that should work out fine. So I've got this small pieces of wood here. They're approximately 1/2 inch. So we're going to cut it down to 1/8. And then we'll look at the width. I might have to cut that in half again. And like I said before, this is 1/2 inch. So we'll probably go with I don't know, 1/4 inch. I think 1/4 inch will look good. 1/4 inch by 1/8 of an inch might just work out well. So here we go. Dust protection on and ear protection. So there we go. Got numerous pieces, which is good just in case we make a mistake. Oh, that was a little thick. That was too thin. That's the end pieces. There we go. They're all the same thickness. Now we're going to get them all the same width. So what I'm thinking a 1/4 inch will do. We'll reset up the saw, and then we'll zip those through quickly, and then we'll start making some frames up. So it looks like the best way to do this is on my little bandsaw here. I need to make 1-inch pieces for the base, and that's what they are right there, the 1-inch pieces. So I'll make 8 or 10 of those guys up just so I have some spares. And then we'll make the uprights. I think the uprights, these are a little off. Of course, I cut them by hand, look at that. But anyway, I think that might be a little too high, so we might come down. That's 1 inch, and the upright there is 1.5 inches. So I think we're going to come down to about 1 inch and about 1.25 inches. We'll see what that looks like. But we'll cut all the 1 inches right now. So there we go. There's all our bottom pieces, 1 inch. Some of them flew all over the place. It's okay, I'll gather them all up. The next one, I'll just quickly set that up. We want 1.5 inches. Where is my... There we go. Actually, you know what? We're going to go 1.25 inches right off the bat. Nice and square. There we are. Now we need 16 of those. So away we go. There we go. We made up 20 of those. They're small and you can lose them, and sometimes the glue doesn't work out. So there we go. We've got the base. Of course, I'll sand all this up real nice like. There's the top. Correction, the bottom, and there's the sides. So we'll make sure these are all nice and square, all lined up, but that's sort of what it looks like. That might be a little wide actually, so we might have to bring those in a bit. This is a fiddly little work where these are smaller tools and a lot of patience. Anyway, once that's squared up, it'll look a lot better. So I'll just jump ahead and I'll cut off all the tops. And they're going to be a little bit smaller than 1 inch. So I'll get right back to you. So I've decided on 3/4 inch for the top. We'll cut these up double, and then we'll go through all the lovely work of trying to put this all together. What I found is I've got this cutoff piece here, and if I put that in between the two uprights, it'll space them properly and line them up for gluing. Can't clamp these things, so I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. We'll figure that out. There we go. That should be lots. On to the next. Okay, I've got all the pieces, the little tiny pieces laid out here for the windows. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try glue. Might work okay. but it's the drying time I'm concerned with. Hot glue might work, but I'm gonna burn my fingers, which is okay, I guess. We got a small piece of wood here. I've covered it with kitchen parchment paper. Hopefully the hot glue won't stick to it too bad. I know glue will not stick to it. Done many little projects before where I've made windows for lighthouses, and it hasn't stuck to it. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a shot. I lost my little piece of wood here that I was going to make. There's my spacer right there. So we're gonna give this a shot. So there's the base for one, the two uprights. I'll put this piece in the middle. Oh, I can see this is just gonna be a blast and a half. Like that. And what we'll do, we'll take one out at a time, put a lot of hot glue on there. Made a mess of this hot glue gun. I make tables that light up, and there's a row of LED flashing lights underneath glass for outdoor tables, and it just makes a mess. So we're just gonna put just a little tiny drop on there like that. Put it in place, hold it there. Hard for you to see. Try and get it level, there we go. And it doesn't stick, cool, right on. Well, that's what we'll do. So drop a glue on there, line it up. Just hold it, just gotta hold it in place there for a little bit till the glue. Oh, don't leave glue on there. And now what we'll do here is pick this guy up. That will do you there. That will do you there. And then we'll put the top on. Look at that. There we go. Not completely symmetrical, but you know what? Oh, it does. Glue does stick to that a little bit. So there we go. So this is my sanding board. 80 grit, 100, and then 220 up here. So we'll just start there. I've got my right angle here, so we'll just have at this and see how long it takes. Take down all the fat bits. They're because of the saw, nothing's absolutely perfect. That's better. That's nice. There we go. So as you can see in the middle there's just a little bit of gunk. I'll just be able to clean that up. Now we'll take that down just a bit more. Nice. There we go. There's one. Okay, can't count. Needed 9, not 8. So there we go. So how we get the junk out of the middle? Got these little probes, and I just sort of scrape it out if I can. If not, file. We just ever so gently run that back and forth. Get down a little bit. Get rid of all that plastic. Because it doesn't paint all that well. That is the downside for using this stuff, is the doesn't paint. You've got to get it off, and then you got to break it like that. So we'll be careful with the next one. So that horrendous noise you hear right now is my wife vacuuming, and on my wisdom I plumbed the vacuum exhaust into the garage through 2 filters. I'm going to change that since I'm doing the videotaping in here for YouTube, so in the springtime that'll go out the side of the house, so we won't have to worry about that. So I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to sand up the column. I got a couple of fixes to do, and then I'll be back to you once that horrible noise stops. So like I was saying before, I was literally cut off. I got the windows on. I just got to cut this down a little bit, make it fit a little better. We'll attach the shack. And then we're going to get the base on today. And then tomorrow, what we're gonna do is nothing but the actual light is the top and the light itself. So we'll get that going there. So I'll just continue on here, 1/2 inch all the way around. Suck it up just a little bit more. I'll have to take a look at the picture to see how high it is. I might have to drop that down just a little bit. Well, I'm going to drop down 1/2 inch, aren't I? So let's do that across the bottom as well. There we go, so you can see. I'll just set up the saw for 1/2 inch and then we'll see how well we can go. I don't think I can make these cuts here very well. There we go. We'll cut that all out and we'll see how we go. 1/2 inch, double check. 1/2 inch, good job. Okay. It's really gonna bind. It's up a little higher. Good clearance. Ear protection on. Well, there we go. We've got this cut down and this cut down 1/2 inch. I've got to be able to recess that. That's going to be quite difficult to do on the table saw. I might have to get out the band saw to do that one at a time, or I'll break out my little handsaw. Might just do that. So I forgot I had this Mastercraft multi-tool. It's very loud. It should be able to cut this off, no problem at all. As long as I'm very careful, I should be able to get through that, no problem. We'll try this side with the multi-tool. If that doesn't work, we'll have to go to a handsaw, I think. I think this is going to be too bulky and too difficult for the bandsaw. All right, ear protection on. So there we go. Just turn you over just a little bit there. Watch yourself. There we go. A little bit of sanding is required, but that actually looks a little closer when we come around this side. That actually looks a little closer to the actual Sambro Lighthouse. Oh, hang on. There we go. So once that's all painted, you can see here, there's a recess here because the bottom here is, on the actual lighthouse, is concrete, painted red, and then on the base here, this is painted red here, concrete, around, and then the side is wood. So the doorway goes here. Just got a little bit of cleanup to do. You can see I double layered it, so I've got to sand this down, curve this over, and then take all this down, fill it all in, and then we'll start. And then we'll get that connected. So let's set up the sanding, the belt sander, and then we'll keep going. So this is going to be dusty and a little loud, and it's going to take a little while. I'll speed this up. If you're interested, what I'm going to do, I got to take that bend out and get this all nice and flush, and then once that's flush, this little piece here will line up. And I'll get the back done here too. So high speed, here we go. There we go. I know it looks a little rough, but everything is a little bent. That's why we get that burnout like that from these bend. These, see these? I tacked that on there. So that goes in there rather nice. Be able to put that, attach that. What we'll do is we're going to put little blocks in here. Attach them to the column, and then we'll tack it on. So, how do I attach that? How do I attach the house to there when I can't get at it? What I do, I put blocks in here like this. I've already done this side. I'll screw it to it. Countersink. Couple of 1.5-inch screws. Remove the clamps. So now I've got my blocks in place. It goes on there like that. Now, how do I get that to stick? Hot glue. Hot glue is great. I'll put this on liberally. There we go. Get it placed correctly. Wiggle it around just a bit. Push it in tight. And hold it there until the hot glue sets up. A little busy there. There we are. Slides off, there we go. Change from my countersink back to my drill bit. Countersink. Alright, double check the length. Yep, with a countersink that'll work. Nice glue. A liberal amount of glue on there. It's okay if it drips out. Nobody really cares if you can see it. We want it to make sure it holds on there really nicely. The house goes on. And we put screws back in. There we go. There's the house. There's the entrance shack attached. So what we're going to do now, windows are on, little shack's on. I can flip it up on its end, and I'm going to put 2 more little secure little blocks just in the bottom, just down in here, just so this doesn't, if it ever gets hit, it doesn't move at all. So here's the little blocks I was talking about right here. Oh, pardon me, getting over cold. Just gonna glue them in like that. Screwing screw and glue them in, pardon me, just like that. So we have to drill from the bottom. Sorry if I'm in the way. The drill bit's not long enough to hit my finger. No need to countersink this, but pardon me, we'll glue it in though. Actually, you know what? Once that's in, that's in. We've got to glue both sides. Just like that. There we go. There we go. It's not going anywhere. The other one. Same deal. Both sides, liberal amount. Back in there. Other drill. There we are. Good deal. Now, don't need to drill these guys because they're already, it's only enough 1/4 inch plywood. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use barely countersink it. Oh, one of these days I've got to cover up that, oops, I don't even know you can see that anymore. Cover up that motorcycle. There we are. And then I'll screw those guys in. All right, this isn't my countertop. This is a new piece of 1/4 inch plywood that's going to be the base. We're going to go ahead and trace it out now, and then we're going to figure out how I'm going to cut it. All right, we'll come back and we'll cut it out. All right, here we go. Just raise that blade up just a bit. There we are. Set at 20 1/4 inches. That'll give us a good size. Ear protection on. Okay, there we go. That'll be good enough for gluing. I think the column is heavy enough. I don't have to use nails or anything, but I most likely will clamp it. I'll let it set up for a little while, and I think that we'll call that. Let me lower this blade. I hate blades up. I think we'll call that a day. It's been a good day. So let's recap. We sanded down the column. We got all the bumps and we filled in all the holes. We put the windows on. We adjusted the little entrance shack, and we have attached that. What else we do? Put the base, built the base. So I'll just go slap that on. So tomorrow's project, or the next project you'll see, is the actual light itself. We're going to make sure the top isn't too thick. If it's too thick, we're going to cut it down by probably, I'm just looking at it now, maybe an inch, inch and a half, because I don't think the real one's that thick. And then we're going to figure out how we're going to put the uprights between the base and the top of the light to support the top securely. Once the glass, or in this case Lexan, goes into it, that will help secure it a fair amount, but it might not be enough. We might have to come up with something else. And I'm still trying to source a rotating beacon port, sorry. I might have to order one in. Hopefully I can get it here in a couple of days if I can't find what I'm looking for next week. We're getting closer to paint, which is fantastic. So if I can get most of the light done tomorrow, probably 2 weeks, we're into paint. So once again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoy what I'm doing here. As time goes on, I'm putting more and more money into the shop so I can dress it up a little bit more for you guys. So please, if you like it, give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe and put the bell on, and you'll be notified every time I upload one of these woodworking videos. So till next time, everybody take care and have a great life. You know what I just realized? This lighthouse is going to be electric on household current. The light up top, a wire that goes down into the base, then exits. I shouldn't have put the base on yet. Oh well, we'll make do. We'll let this set up. Pardon me. We'll let this set up, and then we'll deal with that later. See ya.